walk. Well, what the heck is a cookie walk? That's a goofy name. Well, quite honestly, we got the idea from maybe in your town you have a church bake sale, or the women of the church, or men for that matter, bake up all kinds of different cookies and candies and whatnot, and they have a bake sale. So once you try to figure out how many cookies you think you're going to sell, then it's time to figure out how many varieties. Typically a store will order from Gregory's around 10 to 12 different varieties of cookies, and they can make anywhere from 15 to 20 different varieties of cookies out of that. What's the next step? Well, the next step is pick a date. We talked a little bit about when would you best do this. Well, if you've got a holiday event at your bakery or store, that's a good day. Typically you want to do it on a weekend when you've got a lot of traffic in your store. You want to do it early in the season, you know, before Thanksgiving or right after Thanksgiving, because people are going to want to buy those cookies and take them home. And what they typically do is they'll throw them in the freezer and they'll use them throughout the holidays. If you do it too late in the season, a lot of your competitors probably have already had their events, and your customers either have baked their own or whatnot. So this is a good thing to plan, like right before Thanksgiving or like the first weekend in December. Then the next thing you want to make sure you do is do some advertising. You want to do that out a couple weeks ahead of time. Maybe if you've got some kind of a circular you mail out, you definitely want to put that in there. If you call it a cookie walk, you want to talk to a little bit about what that is. I kind of like the bake sale name over cookie walk, but you could use them interchangeably. Then you also want to do some in-store signage in your bakery or in your store. If you are in a grocery store or even in a bakery, get some bag stuffers, and you want to make sure that you're doing this 2-3 weeks out before the event. Make sure you staff up for it. There's a little bit of extra time that you're going to need to spend to prepare for this. You could, if you need to, if you have no other option, you could bake some of these up ahead of time and freeze them. That certainly works. Obviously it's a cookie, so it's got roughly a 5 to 7 day shelf life at ambient temperature, so you could plan 2-3 days ahead. There's no way you're going to be able to bake all these varieties and get them all decorated the day of or even the day before. Okay, I took a little bit of time off camera here to fill up the tray all the way. Now you got to kind of pretend that we've got a 20-foot table or whatever, 8-foot, whatever your size event's going to be. Depending on the size of your event will depend on how many we're going to put on a tray. Obviously you're not going to just put one row, because a customer could come in and take the whole thing, so you're going to have at least a half a pan, if not a whole pan of each variety. You can even stack them up if you need to, so that you've got them there, because once things start getting busy, you're going to want to make sure you got enough out on your display here. Alright, well, we hope that you enjoyed our kind of our instructional video. Like I said, we've got visual method sheets that show you step by step how to make all these different cookies. Certainly contact your Gregory's sales rep, or you can contact me as well, and we can help you get started with this whole thing if you've got any questions of how to do it. It all comes down to planning and good advertising, energetic people out there, making sure that you decorate things up so that they're very attractive, and you should have a very successful